Wouldn't be right if I didn't ask you about the champion horse over there, the bulldog Hanover. For a start off, how did you get the drive? Where did it come from?
Well, it was Jack Darling who owns and trains him. He's from Canada, and the horse had done all his racing up there, Nige, and I'd raced against him earlier in the year at Flamborough Downs in the Confederation Cup, and they sent him down to Noel Daly. It was actually Noel that rang me and said they wanted to put me up on him. So when he came to Meadowlands, and at the time I'd been driving Rocky Road Hanover, all his 3-year-old year and at the start of his 4-year-old year, and I was going to have to get off him, and it was, he'd been racing really good then, but Bulldog, I think it was his last day in Canada before he came down, he just demolished a really good field. I think Aliwag Hanover was like hot favourite in that race, and so I took a shot on him, and that was his start of his American campaign, and the first time I got to drive him, and he went on that stint there, went 4 weeks in a row with just putting up unbelievable miles.
So it must be hard. So did you have to give up on a regular drive? I mean, what in those races where you were racing him, would you have been driving something else?
Yeah, I would have been. So it was, the horse was called Rocky Road Hanover, which is the one I was driving. So I had to give him up to take Bulldog, but it was obviously worked out pretty good.
Did work out pretty good. It's probably more than pretty good. The time that he went, when he went, what did he go? 1:45.6, 1:45.8?
Yeah, he went 1:45 and 4 over there, which is 1:45.8 back here, and there was quite a bit of a build up to that, well, the week before actually, because 2 weeks before he broke that record, he went 46, which was equal of the world record, and they thought maybe he might better go and break it, and he did in the following week, and then his fourth start at the Meadowlands he did it. So it was. I didn't think I was going to be able to get it when I got to 3/4 and seen the time flash up, but I was sort of, when I crossed the line and seen the time, he'd broken 1:46. I sort of had to do the double take and make sure it was real, because it was a pretty good feeling.
When you go out there to try and break a record like that, do you think he had any more left in him? Do you get to the line and think, geez, I should have just gone that slightly quicker at the start or anything?
With him, I think there was a couple of times I could have gone faster with him, to be honest, Nige, but you're always thinking about the race. Records sort of come second, and winning the race becomes first. So, you just don't want to go there and go flat tick. But he was an amazing horse. I think he just had a crazy set of lungs, and he was, never sat behind a horse like him that could go as fast and be as powerful as he was, racing him.
So different course, different racetracks have got different. Like where you raced him, is that the fastest track in the States, do you think, or is there a quicker track?
Meadowlands is an extremely fast track. They have the, surface, especially for the big days, just, really spot on. The Red Mile, where we actually did have a crack at the record and he got beat there late in the season, probably the fastest track over in America. But, Meadowlands on the right 9, right time is a really fast track, and it's obviously it's a mile big, so it's, start at the winning post and finish there and just do one lap.
So he wasn't just racing; he was also a stallion at the same time. That's very unusual for, you don't really see it here much, or I don't know if you see it at all.
Yeah. So at the end of his 3-year-old year there, I guess they bred him. He bred 79 mares and then brought him back for his 4-year-old campaign.
Geez, that's just something. Yeah, as I say, I don't think I've seen it here. Is it common over there or not?
A few people do it. Another horse, great horse I drove, that Chris Ryder trained, he bet his wish. He did the same. He bred some and then come back and raced at 4 and had another outstanding year. But you quite often see over there, once if they're great 3-year-olds, they usually just retire at the end of their 3-year-old year and just be stallions. Not too many of them come back and race afterwards. So, it's not really uncommon, but it's not something you see all the time.
Well, it's got to be fantastic for the breeders over there. He's got a full book, I see already, that's flashed up here.
Yeah, no, definitely. So, and plenty of people want to jump on board there at the end of this year for sure, and give him a shot. So he's standing up in Canada for the next couple of years.
Yeah, do you think if you ever get the semen will come here? Is that something that's...
I think he will, because I think the Sealster Farms they've got the first 3 years with him, which would be, I think, the second year was this come breeding season now, and then I think Diamond Creek have a contract with them, so Diamond Creek obviously do a lot of stuff down here, so I'm sure he will be making his way down here.
Well, I see over there they promote their good horses pretty well. I mean, I see the wee, I don't know where I saw it, but I saw the wee dolls, the bulldog dolls that they had out there. And did you manage to get yourself a souvenir or a shoe or something like that?
I didn't get a shoe. I got a coffee mug and one of those little teddy bears. And his final career start there at Meadowlands, they did a really good job of promoting him. Had a retirement for him, and I think they had T-shirts and stuff, all that kind of stuff made up. So I actually got a saddle pad. He won. He won a war when he won the world record. So I've got that at home, and they got bulldog hanover printed on it and the time and all that. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, that's a one of a kind, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well done, mate. And it's fantastic to hear about the horse like that.
Yeah,
Cheers.
awesome to be part of it. Thanks, Nige.